Welcome into Edwards Stadium. I am Shea Pepler, and we're getting ready for Game 1 of the College Football Stadium for Marshall University, but also Game 1 of the college football ever, exclusively on Facebook. My name is Shea Pepler. I'm going to be your sideline reporter here. I'm going to be roaming the sidelines for the entirety of this football game, and this is going to be a different football experience than you have ever experienced. What that means is you're going to comment, like, and share so we can communicate with you throughout the entirety of this football game. We want this to be different. We want to communicate with you, the fans at home. We want this conversation to go from the minute that ball kicks off until that last whistle blows. And what you need to do is join in on the conversation with us right here on Stadium Sports. To do that, to enhance that social media experience, we're going to bring in our social media correspondent. His name is Jake Griffith, and he's also a Marshall University alum. Jake, how excited are you for Game 1 of the college football season, not experience, season, and also for the first game ever exclusively on Facebook?
Right, well, I mean, I'm very excited. As you mentioned, I am a Marshall alum. This is my first football season following graduation. It was a down year last year. We have very much confidence in this football team, but as far as Facebook goes, I can attest to that. I work for Marshall University Athletics now as their multimedia reporter. I wouldn't have a job without multimedia platforms right now. That's the wave of the future. It's where everything's going. I think this is going to be a unique experience, and you referenced that unique experience. I'll be going live throughout the game using my phone, using other tools to enhance your game day experience and interact with these great fans here at Jones C. Edwards Stadium.
And you're also going to keep tabs on Facebook for us so that we can respond to those comments, right?
Exactly, yeah. You guys will be able to talk to me throughout the broadcast, talk to everybody on this broadcast, and we'll be feeding you guys feedback. We hope you'll give us feedback. I think it's going to be a great experience.
What can fans expect out of this football game today? What does Marshall University bring to the college football experience?
Well, Marshall University, it's a unique story. From the plane crash in 70 to the Young Thundering Herd in 71, the winningest team in the 90s to now. Up until last year, Marshall had the highest bowl winning percentage in all of college football. The Jones C. Edwards Stadium is one of the toughest places to play, but you know what? This Miami Redhawks team, there's nothing to sneeze at either. It's a great old MAC rivalry game. These two teams don't like each other. These fan bases don't like each other. I think you're looking for a smash-mouth affair today, a hard-hitting, old-school defensive contest.
Yeah, a little MACtion and a little Conference USA.
Exactly. Get some MACtion here in a Conference USA stadium.
Let's make some history, folks. Welcome to Stadium's coverage of college football exclusively on Facebook. It is a matchup between two bitter rivals, the Marshall Thundering Herd against the Miami Redhawks, here from Huntington, West Virginia at Edwards Field.
This is going to be a heck of a lot of fun because we have a football game that could go either way. I'm of the opinion that Marshall might have more talent, but right now Miami is in a position where they feel really good about themselves. As Coach Doc mentioned before the game with Shea, this is a Miami team that should have won that bowl game. They should have won the last 7 games to end the season. They had an extra point in the St. Peter's Bird Bowl blocked. They had a field goal in the final seconds, a chip shot blocked, and they lost by a point.
And you also got to understand that that's going against an SEC team in Mississippi State in that bowl game last year. So that's top-notch quality competition that the Redhawks were able to compete against. I'm really looking forward to this, Chris. Let's play some football.
We are underway. The era of college football on Facebook is underway, and Marshall will get things going. And Marshall starting with a roaring return from Keon Davis all the way. That is how we get it going, Darius Walker.
Wow. All you can say is wow to that. What a way to start this game for the Thundering Herd. In games like this, Chris, it is so important for special teams. You have to be able to play well on special teams. Davis is going to get this and come right at the gut. Where in the world is the coverage team for the Redhawks? Wide open out of the gates. He didn't even have to make a guy miss. What an exciting start for the Thundering Herd, untouched all the way to the end zone.
99 yards for Keon Davis, who was the starting running back last season, lost his job in the offseason to the newcomer Trey Rodriguez, and he says, hey, coach, that's all right. Just let me bring back the kicks for you, and I'll get you some points. Tore his ACL in April of 2016. They weren't thinking he was going to play at all last season. He didn't play the first 6 games. And then all of a sudden, 7th game win, 8th game win, all the way to the St. Petersburg Bowl. And it's our first play from scrimmage. It is a handoff right up the gut, and the Thundering Herd are right there. Listed on the 2 deep, but they're going deep on this drive. And Ragland looking deep to the end zone, incomplete. Batted down in the secondary. Amari Cobb making a nice play, not in here. It brings up another 3rd down and long.
Yeah, you see him shaking that finger there, but Amari Cobb does a nice job in one-on-one coverage here on the inside. It's all about being able to get that hand in there and knock the football down. You have that athleticism. You're going to see him come and just get that hand in there, knocks the football down.
Litton on play action, rolling to his right and finding the open man, and that's Willie Johnson. Oh, he's a speedster. 4.340.
Pretty fast. It's not bad. I think my fastest time was like a 4.5.
And you were fast, my friend. One of the greatest running backs in Notre Dame history is Darius Walker, and that was a nice route run by Willie Johnson, the redshirt freshman out of Fort Myers.
And a nice throw from his quarterback, too. Staying in rhythm, delivering a nice pass, allowing Johnson to pick up some nice yards.
Litton in the shotgun as the sun tries to peek its way through just in time for Facebook football. Going wide, and the catch is made. They take their shots, and they've got some speedsters. Here comes a shot, right down the middle. It's a 1st down. Pickup of 20 yards, and again, it's Marcel Williams.
He is a speedster. He's got some moves and some wheels. I bet if you ask Josh Allen how quick is Marcel Williams, he'll tell you he's fast, because that was a nice route, but a one-on-one coverage opportunity where Marcel Williams wins. And another nice pass from Chase Litton. He's really comfortable in that pocket right now. The Redhawks aren't getting much pressure on him.
Yurachek in motion, more play action again. It's a pickup of 5 on 1st down, and again, it's Marcel Williams. Call it a gain of 2. Not that 2nd and 3rd down and longs have been an issue for Miami so far in this football game. Ragland hands and coming to the near side, and cut down again is Maurice Thomas. Marshall defense has been really good on 1st and 2nd down, and that's the former walk-on Chase Hancock.
Chase Hancock certainly making a play there. He has improved from year to year. The coaches really like his aggressiveness towards the football.
Crowd making some noise here in Huntington, West Virginia. Ragland to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Pressure coming, throws it away. Nicely done. Amari Cobb made that big pass breakup in the end zone and now forces the quarterback hurry, and they'll punt it back to Marshall.
And you'll see Ragland here at the end of this play. He's feeling like he maybe got roughed up there a little bit by Cobb. Cobb does a nice job of closing the distance. Amari really showing some nice speed.
They send Yurachek in motion, and now back to the near side. High snap. Litton to throw, and oh, nice catch. That thing might have been tipped. And Ryan Yurachek, the great senior tight end out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, sticks with it and picks up 8.
He's just been a terrific player for them his entire career. One of the things that you really like about him is not giving up on the play. But he's a tight end who's really kind of more of a slot receiver, if you will.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line is where they mark it. Ragland has 3 backs, fakes the toss, takes it himself, goes right into the teeth of that defense. He has Smith behind him, gives to Smith. Smith waits for the hole to open, reaches the ball toward the goal line, but it'll be a little bit short.
What a big-time play in the middle of this Marshall defense by Ryan B. He's number 91. He does a terrific job of just clogging this hole where Alonzo Smith has nowhere to go with the football, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter, with Marshall up 7 over the Redhawks.
I thought he was going to be able to stretch that ball over the goal line. 3rd and goal from the inch line, and I don't think he got it. Marshall may have come up with a stop. Alonzo Smith did not get there. So it's 4th down, and I gotta think
they're going to
go for
it. they would want to go for it instead of kicking the field goal here. But what a nice job by this defensive line from Marshall. Ryan B., Naquan Harris, Blake Keller, all of those guys were in the middle. They gave up no ground, so there was just nowhere to go for the runner. And I think this is one of those instances at this point in the first quarter into the second quarter now. Litton only has 48 yards passing, so they got to get something going in the air. It needs to happen now.
And it does happen. And there's the transfer from Miami, Tyree Brady. Actually involved in that 8 lateral play against Duke a couple of years ago that every college football fan remembers. And now he's wearing the green and playing against Miami University.
Well, he certainly looks good in the green, but that's a nice job of him making a play on the football. When you think about Tyree, 85 at the top of the formation, look for them to target him in a third down and short situation.
They go right up the middle, and that's Rodriguez. Oh, my. A touchdown-saving toe-tap tackle from Josh Allen, or that would have been 6.
Yeah, you see the speed that the coaches talk about with Trey Rodriguez. He's a guy who can take it the distance at any time, but a nice job by Juracek with the block that sprung Rodriguez up the middle of that defense. He's able to pick up some nice yards. And
Litton looks to throw. Nice pass. Good, solid route from Willie Johnson. Cut that thing off, and that ball was there waiting for him when he turned back.
And what that really shows you is just the timing. I mean, Willie Johnson's a guy who, he broke his leg last year, but he's been around this program. He's been with Chase for a few years. A big third down moment for the Herd.
Marshall 4 for 5 on third downs so far in this game. Brady to the far side. Rodriguez out of the backfield. They go to Brady, and he makes the catch for the touchdown. From the U to scoring a touchdown against Miami U. 13-10 Marshall.
Yeah, I saw what you did there. It works. It certainly works. But a nice job. I mean, Tyree Brady this series, we've seen him start to get a little loose in these one-on-one battles where he's wide open, streaking down the field. That time, Matt Marie, number 22, the safety, really had no chance. He was out of position and did not move his feet to give himself a chance.
10. What a pass on the run from Litton.
Yeah, we saw a couple of nice throws there. The one outside of that one in the second quarter so far is Ryan B., number 91, the defensive tackle. He's their best player on defense. He's got to make some plays in the backfield on the quarterback.
Ragland gives, and not much given up the middle. A lot of green shirts to stuff that play before it got started. Heading right into the teeth of that student section. And it's a handoff. Smith is stuffed. Not this time on third down for Miami, Ohio. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. And I don't know what's going on there at the 35-yard line, but it's not really windy at all. I don't know if we got a bad tee situation or what. I don't know why that ball isn't hanging up there. It does hang up, though, for Keon Davis. Took 199 yards to start the game. Might he take this one? He beats the kicker. He's down the sideline, and Keon Davis has brought his second to the house.
Oh, my God. Wow. 2 times in the first half. What is happening to the kickoff coverage team for the Redhawks? Out of position, and once again, Davis is able to get up to the kicker untouched. This should not happen, Chris. In the coverage lanes, you have to stay in your lane. Guys are getting out of position on this Redhawks coverage team, and he's untouched to the kicker. The kicker barely got a hand on him, too.
Almost run down by Cedric Assay, but no, 97 yards to follow the 99-yarder. And I tell you what, that kid better appear on some late-night shows tonight. And now Ragland needing to respond. They got a field goal last time. That one batted down at the line. When you're one of those big boys up front, get those mitts up, and that's what Ryan B. did, old 91.
Ryan B. is certainly the leader and the anchor of that defense, but an interesting story on him is he was a defensive end, and he's been a defensive end the majority of his career. He had to play some DT last year because of injuries, but they decided to switch him full-time to be the anchor of this defense, and he has performed very well in the new position at defensive tackle.
Ragland had that play explode before his eyes. That Marshall defense is hopping now.
Being able to get guys down when they have the opportunity.
Ragland fakes the pitch. Over the middle. Caught. First down, ball is out. It's picked up. And the Thundering Herd have turned him over again. Amari Cobb comes right back at you, Darius.
My goodness, that way to respond, young man. But this time, James Gardner does a terrific job of getting open in this route, but it's just he's trying to do too much on the point of attack. He tries to get that arm out to shield himself from Brandon Drayton, the safety, trying to shield himself from the shot that he was going to take and was not securing the football.
And Chris Jackson, who was on the coverage there, actually started poking that ball out. 1:23 to go in the first half. There's Brady, makes a man miss. Pickup of 6 as the clock continues to run.
This group of wide receivers that Marshall has, from Brady to Williams to Johnson and Ab Rodriguez out of the backfield, it's a pretty terrific combination, not to mention Ryan Juracek, number 85, who is in the inside on that trips formation at the top of your screen.
Litton to throw, finds his man in the flat. First down, Trey Rodriguez. He said, "Get off me, bro." Even a field goal makes it a 2-possession game going into the second half. Miami will get the football to start the third quarter. Litton rolling right, directing traffic, finding his man. Did he make the catch? He did. Willie Johnson at the 20 hauls it in. Oh, the freshman from Fort Myers is looking slick out there tonight.
He certainly is. We'll take another look at this and see if he actually got his feet in. But I love the scramble drill right now by the Herd on offense. Litton just getting outside the pocket, trying to extend the.
1st and 10, Miami, Ohio. Gus Ragland didn't do a lot through the air in the first half. Trying to do a little something more in the second, and he got a little something more, something he didn't want. Chase Hancock, all 218 pounds of it.
Wow, I'm not exactly sure what Gus was trying to do there, but he ended up leaving his feet. And as he left his feet, he got hit in the air by Chase Hancock. Wow.
Now
Adios to you guys.
All right, Marshall 1st and 10, and that again is Trey Rodriguez.
Being featured at the back, not having to go off the field and someone else come in, just staying warm, and Trey Rodriguez has been able to do that as he runs up the middle and picks up the first down.
It's a bit of a lost art.
Freshman last year, they're expecting big things from him.
And there's Rodriguez out of the backfield again to the corner and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Marshall, you get the sense that they might be seizing control just a little bit.
Maybe slightly, never so slightly, but I think what they have found is a mismatch. Anyone who's guarding Trey Rodriguez out of the backfield.
It's Young again in the backfield as he switches sides. Ragland fakes the handoff to him. They're setting up the screen, coming back the other way. It's picked off! And he may go! Chris Jackson to the house! 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, and now an interception return for a touchdown.
What an amazing play by Jackson here. But look at this Marshall team. You mentioned the 2 special teams touchdowns. Now they got 1 on defense. I mean, the offense is not having to pull its weight today. And that's what's so incredible for Marshall, is the offense is not having to be productive, and they're still putting up points.
East control. Back foot throw. It was a little bit late. And Chris Jackson, the 2-time Florida State track champion in the 110-meter hurdles over the goal line for a touchdown.
He certainly showed you some speed there. He was able to take that to the distance, but that really was the problem for Gus Ragland, since he's not as experienced as some other quarterbacks are. Sometimes you can just let your guard down a little bit, and that's what he did there. Throwing off the back foot is not something that you should do. He laid the ball up as well, so it was just a mistake from him.
Tight end and a running back for Gus Ragland and the Miami Redhawks. Ragland under pressure, throws, it's incomplete. Oh, Gardner got hit hard. It was the second man through that may have gotten Gardner with a leg to the helmet.
But coming across that middle, This time Jackson had safety help over the top, but the route.
That wasn't a leg, that was an arm, and that could be a play that the officials decide to look at. Darius, what do you think? The pass is behind him, so I believe they just called a personal foul and an ejection.
Wow.
And I think that is it for C.J. Rivas.
The lone senior of this secondary for Marshall, C.J. Rivas, if he is out and has been ejected out of this game, that's a huge blow for Marshall on defense. He's the only senior in that secondary. Now let's take another look at this. He's going to come in on the right side of your frame. We're saying, oh my goodness. I mean, it does look horrific, but
he didn't lower
he
the
didn't
helmet.
lower his helmet.
He
no,
lowered
he
his
hit
shoulder,
yeah,
and it just so
shoulder.
happened that Gardner was turning in an odd way because the pass was behind him. That's a really, really tough break for both of these teams.
Yeah, terrible for Gardner as well. But C.J. Rivas, I mean, it looks horrific when you watch it in full speed. But an ejection, that's a huge blow for Marshall on defense.
And it's a first down. Instead of fourth down and likely a punt, it's a first down, a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 6 for Miami, Ohio, in what might be 4-down territory. Ragland looking left, throwing left. Nice play. Malik Gant, who we weren't even sure was going to play in this football game. We talked to Coach Heater last night. He didn't mention Gant at all, the redshirt sophomore. No relation to Kendall Gant, by the way. He just made the biggest play of the game to this point on defense.
And that is what's amazing about it is Gant came in for C.J. Rivas, so we were wondering about the talent drop-off there with the 2nd down situation. He's one-on-one to get on the outside with Chris Jackson.
Ragland running the option. It's a toss play, and that Marshall defense is right there, baby. No way, says Mr. Gant. Malik Gant came in when C.J. Rivas got ejected, and he's made 2 large plays.
Also got some preseason awards and recognition from the conference, so I like to watch number 24 play.
That pass is caught, and that's the speedster Willie Johnson. Down the seam, can he go? Down to the 4-yard line. 4.3 speed for the redshirt freshman out of Fort Myers.
And what a good job separating here from Willie Johnson. You see the speed, but the ability to be able to stop on a dime, come back and get the ball. He was so fast that DeAndre Daniels just fell down. He couldn't make the transition to get back to the football.
Kari Vedvig on to attempt a very important field goal, and it is good. Vedvig has been perfect so far tonight, other than the fake field goal that didn't work. 4 for 4 on extra points, and now a field goal. It's an 11-point lead with 11:31 to play.
Definitely a rush quicker up to the line and not taking as much time in between plays.
His kick won't make it to the end zone, and we'll have an opportunity at a return. Not so much on that Redhawks side compared to what the boys in green have done so far tonight on the kickoff return. Maurice Thomas thought he could make something happen. That's just good special teams. Stay in your lane, wrap up. Litton looking to the sideline with 5 on the play clock. The game clock zeroing down towards 6. Litton to throw. It's caught. Hyleek Foster making a late appearance. Fashionably late. It's not enough for a first down. So close, not enough. They might go for it, though. That's why that's so important.
What an individual effort by Foster there to be able to catch that football. Catches it within his stomach there. The defender in front. He's going against one of the best in the conference, and Heath Harding
had the ankle injury when he was also hit in the head, and a Marshall defender was ejected. C.J. Rivas was ejected, a play that really turned this game around. Got knocked in the head, twisted the ankle, and he's playing his best football right now. Ragland under pressure and sacked. Marquise Couch was the man to get him.
Cal just quietly had a nice game. I mean, he's made some terrific plays in space, getting runners down. He does a nice job this time of being aggressive towards the quarterback. He's going to come to the right of your screen there. Nowhere for Ragland to be able to go with the ball. That's one of those things they call a coverage sack, Chris.
In what now could be 4-down territory in the final moments of this game. They were setting up the screen, and Marshall was right there. Frankie Hernandez stayed home from that Mike linebacker.
Mentioned Marquise Couch. Coach Holliday, he named him a captain of this defense. And guys, this is his first game starting for the Thundering Herd. I asked him why he did that. He just says this kid puts in work. He looks you in the eye and he puts in the work, and he has shown up big for them tonight.
Marshall defense holding strong on 3rd down, and now on 4th and 15, they're going to hustle out the punt team. Rodriguez in the backfield as the fans chant, "We are Marshall." Pickup of just 1 on 1st down, likely a timeout coming right here, and indeed, Chuck Martin calls a timeout. Shay?
All right, guys, I'm sure you can hear the chants. As you just mentioned, it's getting very loud down here. We are Marshall. This is my first Marshall game, so this is actually really cool to be a part of this. It's very loud.
And on 4th and 4, Marshall in punting formation. Kari Vedvik will kick it away. The kid from Norway with a booming punt. Lands inside the 25 and rolls dead at the 18-yard line. That kid might be able to make a living punting and kicking off in the NFL.
It certainly looks like it. What a booming kick that was. He's done a nice job all day. Man, number 81, James Garner, he's at the top of the screen. It's like he's in one-on-one coverage again.
Going that way, Gardner's got it inside the 30. And out of bounds.
Oh,
no, incomplete.
Oh, wow.
And I don't see much argument from that sideline. That was right in front of the Miami bench.
Take another look at this here. Get down.
Oh, the big hit from, guess
Good
who?
hit.
Malik Gantz.
Got to be a situation where Ragland just got to go for the end zone. Throw it up.
Ragland buying time. Now stepping up. Now launching. Throwing. Far side. End zone. Incomplete. And the Marshall Thundering Herd erase one of the most difficult off seasons.
Stuck in the middle of your players celebrating. What an exciting week 1. You told me there's a lot of unknowns heading into this first game, but you wanted to start strong. What'd you learn about your football team?
We got a lot of heart. We got a lot of guts. They play extremely hard. That's a good football team we beat out there tonight. That was an unbelievable football game.
This game was streamed exclusively on Facebook, so I asked them what they wanted me to ask you, and a lot of them wanted you to address the play of Chase Litton. How did you think he did tonight?
Well, I mean, we got to take care of the football a little better, but, I thought they all played extremely well. They all played extremely hard. I'm just proud of this football team, proud of our staff, proud of our coaches, and just great to get a win.
Next week, NC State. No rest for the weary. How do you carry that momentum over?
We're going to enjoy this one for about a couple hours, and we'll get to work on NC State.
All right, Coach, thanks.
A whole new crop of guys, a whole new bunch of players that made a lot of plays. Starting at the running back position with Trey Rodriguez. They inserted an explosive running back as well. So they did just a nice job of making those adjustments and really making it work.
It's fun to be a part of tonight as Stadium brings you Facebook exclusive college football all season long. Also going to bring you college basketball when we get there as well. So this is the start of something very big, something that's going to change the way we view sports on television, and this was a great way to get things going at Joan C. Edwards Stadium, home of the Marshall Thundering Herd, who once again, for the 9th time in the last 10 meetings, get the better of their bitter rivals from Oxford, Ohio.
But what a historic rivalry this is, and you just see how much it means to everyone. I mean, everyone in the stadium, everyone who was here in this atmosphere knows what this rivalry means, but just a big-time comeback from Marshall. They got to be feeling good about the rest of this season and their chances in the Conference USA.
Hey, since we're streaming, we could just keep going if we wanted to.
Yeah,
There's
could.
like no count to break, but you know what? We are going to be done because we just did 4 hours without a bathroom break and without anything to eat or anything like that. But you know what? It was worth it because we had a great football game. For Shea Pepler, Jake Griffith, Darius Walker, I'm Chris Hassel. Thanks for watching. Darius and I will be with you next Thursday on Facebook from Logan, Utah as Utah State hosts Idaho State. The Marshall Thundering Herd off to a great start. 1-0 with a win over Miami.